All right, welcome back to another video. I am recording this from the forest. I'm currently at an Airbnb. It's relatively nice. I think it's extremely overexposed. There you go. Currently at an Airbnb. And the reason I'm actually out here, is I'm doing a lot of recruiting, a lot of marketing and recruiting over the next few days. And so I always like to just come out to the forest when I've got to do some like real deep focus stuff. You know, like I struggle writing. I love writing, but I struggle writing because I'm not creative at all. And I know I'm putting myself in a box and that's a belief and I need to break that, but I struggle with it. I really do. And so I find it hard to just come up with really creative ideas on the fly and whatnot. But I find something about coming out to the forest. I do it a couple times a year. Last year I did it only once, but something about being here just in this, like, I don't know, the serenity that you get, it's very, very calming, and it allows me to think pretty clearly and be quite creative. Anyway, that's why I'm out here. That is the house right there too. But I wanted to do a quick video kind of going through a three kind of like prong idea to client acquisition, because you know we've just come out with a new offer at Scout Clients.io, and one of the things that we're doing now is done for you booked meetings. So you know, agency owners, coaches, we'll swing here, agency owners and coaches, we basically now fill your calendar for you with qualified book calls. And coming up with this offer, obviously I've had to map out a whole new marketing thesis. Everything has had to be restructured because it's completely different to what I've ever offered before. And so, you know, I've been recreating this offer, and it kind of made me realize that really there's only three things that you need to focus on to sign clients, pretty much. And ultimately scale to, like, you don't need to focus on three things really forever, but like three distinct things until you hit like 100 to 200K a month, and then you can branch out. But the issue that I see so many people face is that they try and branch out, they try and do more stuff initially, when really they should be going deeper into one thing. Let me explain what I mean. So there's three things you need to focus on, right? Number one is the offer. Of course, you guys have heard me talk about the offer so much, and it's the most important thing. We brought out this new offer like probably 3 days ago. I just did one Instagram story. I brought out a new offer, I launched a new offer, quote unquote. One Instagram story. We collected 35K cash over the weekend, and we took sales calls on Saturday. We didn't take sales calls Sunday. The whole company takes Sundays off, and we still did 35K cash. Why is that? Purely because of the offer. That's it, period. Just the offer, right? Nobody else has ever done this. Well, there's people who do done for you meetings, but like nobody does it in our way where we're like a turnkey solution. So we do done for you meetings, like we'll fill your calendar, but something that we'll also do is we're also done with you. So we have a done with you aspect to our offer as well, which is basically where we help you in all areas such as sales, client acquisition, delivery, marketing, recruiting, right? And on top of that, we also fill your calendar for you, right? Nobody's really done that before. So it's a crazy good offer. And that's what we're launching with right now. And that's why I'm down here, because I'm writing a new marketing thesis for that new offer, right? So that's the first thing you got to get locked in. I mean, if that's not locked in, like the two remaining like the two remaining edges to the triangle almost, that's how I think of it in my head. It's like a triangle. The two remaining edges to the triangle don't matter if the offer isn't locked in, right? Because the offer is really the foundation. It's the fundamentals. It's like the house, right? Imagine if this thing was built on sand. It just wouldn't stand there, right? It would be a bit of wind. It's kind of windy today, right? That thing will just blow over. But because this house has been built on like a cement slab, it's not going anywhere. The foundations are strong. That is your offer for your business. Nothing else matters. You know, it doesn't matter that there's like concrete walls. It doesn't matter that there's tiles inside and there's nice furnishings inside. If this thing wasn't built on a solid foundation, it wouldn't stand up, period, right? It's the same, as I say, it's the same thing with your offer. With your offer, if you don't have a good offer in place, it doesn't matter like the team you have, doesn't matter the sales process that you have, the sales script that you have, the recruiting that you do, the marketing that you do, the channels that you use, whether you do Facebook ads or outbound or inbound or this, it doesn't matter. If the offer's not there, it doesn't matter, okay? That's the first thing, offer. Second thing is the expression of the offer. Now, it's kind of a shit way to say it, like the expression of the offer. It's kind of like, you know, what does that even mean? But honestly, I can't think of a better way to say it. What I mean when I say expression of the offer is the copy around the offer. So if you're in Scout Clients.io, you'll know there is a module in Scout Clients.io called copywriting. And that copywriting module isn't necessarily copywriting as in like most people think about it with ad copy. Like it's not like, you know, we go through this entire copywriting module. And as I say, there's like a whole bunch of stuff in there, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. And that's not what, you know, you won't put every single piece of that dog in a piece of ad copy. You just wouldn't. But you still want to write, that's what I was saying right now. Like, that's why I come down here, because for this new offer, I'm doing a bunch, I'm creating a whole new marketing thesis. So I'm doing all the copy for this new offer, like everything. And then this copy is the expression of the offer. So if the offer is not good, that's why we start with the offer, right? Because if the offer's not there, it doesn't matter the expression that you do of that offer, it's not gonna work because the fundamental offer isn't good. But then if you have a really good offer, but nobody knows about it, nobody understands it, because the expression of the offer, the copy that you do, and again, this copy is for like ad copy, of course. It's also for funnels, right? So your funnel copy. It's also for your sales script. So this same copy that I'm writing right now is also gonna be what we're gonna use for our new sales script to sell the new offer, right? So that's the second pillar to client acquisition, is good expression of the actual offer. Now, of course, I mean, there is, you know, I mean, just the one training on copywriting in Scale Clients IO, that one module, that one training is like, I think it's like 60 minutes. And the one directly before that is the niche research, which you got to do the niche research so you know what to write, right? Because you know what to write based on what your you know what not to write based on what your competitors are saying, right? You know what to say based on what your competitors are saying, right? So you know, there's a saying, it's like, you know what to write based on what your customers want, and you know what not to write based on what your competitors are saying, right? Or you know what to say based on what you know what not to say based on what your competitors are saying, right? Anyway, all that stems from niche research, right? And then you write the copy on it, okay? And as I say, just on that alone, that's probably like 2 hours worth of training in Scale Clients IO. And so my point is that that's a huge part, right? It's a huge, huge part. But the overarching idea, if you want to take one actionable thing away from this video, for the copywriting specifically, the overarching idea, and I believe Max Ham came up with this quote. It's a very, very good quote. The overarching idea that you want to achieve in your marketing as well as your sales, in order to, by default, get the sale every single time, whatever your offer is, the overarching idea you want to achieve is to create the simultaneous explanation of why everything your ideal prospect has tried in the past has failed, and why what you have going on is different. Because Seth Godin, Seth Godin, right? I'm sure you've all heard of him before, or Godin, however you say it. He says the only thing that we sell as marketers is hope. And that is so true. The only thing we sell as marketers is hope. And if the prospect doesn't, or I should say, if the prospect isn't hopeful in whatever your offer is, you know, if they have no hope in actually delivering the desired outcome, they're never gonna buy. And we kind of know that, but we never really think of it in that way, right? And as I say, that is when they buy, is when they see, they have hope in what it is that you're offering is going to deliver the desired outcome. Now, how do you generate that hope in the prospect when they've tried very similar solutions to what you have, you know, what you're offering? They've tried similar solutions in the past, right? For example, this morning, perfect example. One of our amazing customers, Jenny, she signed her first 5.2K pay in full. Okay, I'll actually get my editor to pop it up on the screen here, right? She sent this message, and you know, she sent this message because she said it in a different thing. She sent that message right after, and in that second message, she said specifically, she's tried, I think from memory in the message, she said that she's tried 4 other high ticket programs in the past, and we are the only ones who have delivered. So at that point, it's like, how did she become a client initially if she'd already tried 4 high ticket programs in the past and none of them ever delivered? Why did she buy ours? It's because she had hope in us delivering. And of course, we delivered. That's what we do at Scale Clients IO. We fucking deliver, right? But she had hope in us delivering. And how did she generate, you know, how did we put that hope into her, which is ultimately what made her buy? Well, it's because we created a simultaneous explanation in her mind as to why everything she's tried in the past has failed, why those other 4 programs that she'd tried in the past, why they had failed, and how we're gonna be different. Because ultimately, if you're trying to sell a prospect on something, and in their mind, they think to themselves, this is what I've already tried in the past. This is the same as that last thing I tried. This is the same as that last solution I tried, and that didn't work. And this, what you're selling me right here, this is the same thing. I'm not interested. That's what they're gonna do. And so, as I say, if they're in that mindset, they're never gonna buy, right? I mean, you ask yourself, if you are on a sales call with someone for, I don't know, maybe you run a coaching business, right? You're in Jenny's shoes. And by the way, Jenny, if you're watching this, hopefully you don't mind me using you as an example. But you're in Jenny's shoes and you're on a sales call with one of my closers, right? And you're like, nah, scale clients that the same thing as X program that I've tried in the past. It's the exact same thing. Nah, doesn't work. You're never gonna buy at that point, obviously. However, if you get on the sales call with us and you're like Jenny, where she was like going into the sales call with the mindset of probably not gonna buy because it seems very similar, whatever it may be. If she was going into the sales call with that mindset, but then we transition that mindset to show exactly why everything she tried in the past has failed and why what we have going on is different, that's when it creates hope, right? So then, for example, again, in Jenny's case, she's then hopeful that we can actually deliver the thing that, that the desired outcome that she wants. And that's the point at which she buys. So for your copy, for the expression of your offer overall, that is again, it goes so deep. It's so specific, copywriting and overall copy for a new offer. It's so specific. Sales process, ad copy, funnel copy. It's very specific, right? But as an overarching 100,000 foot view kind of goal that you want to achieve with the copy is just that. You want to create in your marketing and in your sales, you want to create a simultaneous explanation of why everything the prospect, your ideal prospect, has tried in the past has failed and why what you have going on is different. That is the ultimate goal. If you get that mindset in your prospects and you get your prospects to truly believe that, they'll buy. Every time they'll buy, period. They just will. Because they're like, this is what I need. I get now why everything I've tried in the past has failed. I understand why I've never been able to achieve my desired outcome. I understand and I can see how what you have going on is different. They'll buy, period. So that's the second pillar of the triangle. First pillar is the offer. Always starts with the offer. Always starts with the offer. Second pillar, I don't know what order, whatever. Second pillar is the expression of the offer, which is the copy. And then the third pillar is, I was gonna call this initial pillar the channel, but I realized it's not just the channel, it's actually the funnel. And then the channel is embedded into the funnel. So this is a very common mistake that I see a lot of people make. So at Scale Clients.io, we we only work with entrepreneurs, agency owners, and coaches specifically, who are between 10K to 50K a month, specifically, okay? And so, I'll get on, and every client who we bring on board, I'll always get on an initial one-on-one call with them, just to basically, I strip back their entire business and just see where the biggest opportunities lie and just really map out a 30-day action plan. And, I'll get on a call. For example, last week I had one with a new customer who's at around 30K a month, right? And currently he's running Facebook ads to a VSL funnel, to a book call funnel, to a book, sales call, right? And as I say, he's at around 30K a month and he's spending 5K a month. His ad funnel is crazy good, right? So that's his funnel that he's defined as his main channel. Now he's at 30K a month, as I say, and he wants to obviously get to 100K a month. And he was like to me, I want to do a Facebook group funnel, which is just another type of funnel. He's like, I want to do a Facebook group funnel. And I was like, why? And this is what I was saying at the start of the video, when I said, you want to pick one of them to about 100 to 250 a month, even 500 a month, honestly, depending on the size of your market and whatnot. But you want to pick one and triple down on that. And what I was talking to there was the funnel. You want to pick one funnel and just triple down on that, because ultimately it's hard enough to make one funnel work. Never mind 2, 3, 4, 5 different funnels at a time. It's so difficult. And I fell into this trap as well. I was like, I want to do more funnels, because you think in your head, the more funnels you do, if you do 2 funnels now, you've got 2 times as good a chance of signing clients and whatnot. But that's just not the case, because for every single funnel out there, there's probably hundreds, depending on how saturated your market is, there's probably hundreds of companies who are doing 10 times, 20 times, 50 times your revenue with just that singular funnel. So if you have the mindset of I'm at 20K a month with this one funnel, for example, if you're running a Facebook ad to VSL, funnel, you're running a VSL funnel and you're at 50K a month, Like you might think, oh, okay, now I need to do like a Facebook group funnel. Oh, okay, now I need to do this, or now I need to do that. But there's people out there doing 4 million a month with a VSL funnel. So why are you switching, right? And again, I'm kind of talking to myself here because I did this. I fell into this trap. Now I've took everything back and just gone back to one funnel, right? Because I know the importance of this. And so that's the third kind of point on the triangle, if you want to call it a triangle. I don't know. I might even make this into like a thing because I really believe that that is the only 3 things that you need to focus on to scale to like 100, 250, 500K a month. It's just those 3 things. And when I think back to like what I've done up to this point, and also when I look at now what I'm doing literally today and like, you know, over the next week or so with this new offer, that's the only 3 things I'm focusing on. The offer, which I've done, but if you've not done that, then start there. Expression of the offer, I need a better word for that. I don't like the expression of the offer, it's so bad, but you get the point, right? Copywriting, that's all it is, right? And again, copywriting is not speaking to ad copy, like most people think of copy. It's speaking to the copy for the overall offer, which will be used in ad copy, but it's only gonna be bits, right? It's not gonna be like a full copy doc where like every ad you post is like, or every ad you launch or every Facebook post you do or every, you know, whatever you do is like, you know, 19 pages, but your copy for the offer should be very, very in depth. And then you can constantly go back to that one doc with all of the copy anytime you need to write a new ad, anytime you need to write a new post, anytime, you know, you need to do anything, a new piece of marketing content, you can just go back to that doc and everything's there. But you need to do that initially when you launch the offer so that you can go back and everything will be there, right? And as I say, also that copy is gonna be like your funnel copy, it's gonna be your sales script, okay? You just go to that doc and everything's there and you just build your sales script based on that doc in terms of the actual context. Obviously the sales framework, the sales script structure is like a universal, you know, this is how you do it, but like the words that you say just get pulled from that copy doc, right? So that's the second thing. And then the third and final thing is the funnel. And you need to pick one funnel and you need to realize that every funnel, somebody out there, I say somebody, there's hundreds of people out there for each and every funnel in your industry hitting multiple millions a month. So never think that one funnel doesn't work, because it does, because there's hundreds of people out there doing $1 million a month with just that one funnel and your direct offer. There just is. So don't think that, no, like this funnel doesn't work or this funnel. Maybe for your market, there might be one that over the other, but like for most people, like if you're an agency owner, you're a coach, and you're in pretty common markets like myself, like I could pretty much do any funnel and I can pull up probably 50 to 100 examples in my space who are doing $1 million, $2 million, $4 million, $5 million a month with each funnel, every funnel out there, every single funnel out there, right? So just pick one funnel and triple down on that one funnel until you hit around 100 to 200K a month, maybe even more depending on, like if you do a VSL funnel and you're in a pretty big market, you could take that thing to $1 million a month, just one funnel, right? If you're maybe in a smaller market, then that's usually where maybe 100, 250, 500 a month will be your limit. And then you can bring in a second funnel, but that's really the key. And as I say, I speak to a lot of customers when they first come on board. Their mindset changes after we have a conversation. But a lot of the time when people come on board, I have that initial one-on-one call. And this is where I was going with it before. I have that initial one-on-one call with them. And, you know, they're at maybe 20K a month, 50K a month, 10K a month, whatever. And they're like, oh, so yeah, I want to start running ads. Maybe they're doing outbound emails as their main funnel right now, right? Or they're doing organic marketing or doing whatever they're doing. And they're like, oh, I want to start ads. I'm like, why do you want to start ads? I mean, you've currently got like a 2% meet and book rate with your email outbound. Why do you want to run ads? Why don't we just, you know, you currently got a 2% meet and book rate with your outbound emails and you're sending 2,500 emails a month. Why don't we maintain this funnel and start sending 10,000 emails a month? And get maintain the 2% if we can. Maybe it will dip a little bit because obviously efficiency at scale always decreases. So maybe it will go from a 2% to a 1.5%. But now we've gone from what, 2% at like 2,000 emails is 20 calls a month, I think, if my math isn't terribly off. But 1.5% at 10,000 calls a month, at 10,000 emails a month, 1.5% is, I think, 150 calls. Again, if my math isn't terribly off. So just from that, you've at least 3, 4, 5x, depending if my math is off, maybe it's only 3x. If my math is right, I think it's like over 5x, right? But then you 5x your entire business. Again, as long as you maintain all efficiencies and conversion rates throughout the funnel, from set rate to then close rate and price point maintains and whatnot, you just like 4x your entire business. So now you've gone from 20K a month to 100K a month just by tripling down on the same channel, on the same funnel, I should say, not the channel, on the same funnel. That's it. Now, on the flip side, if you're currently running, you know, organic marketing, right? You're a coach and you're doing organic marketing and you're at 50K a month.
then it's like, well, how do I triple down on that? And it's at that point that I actually recommend changing channel for the top of funnel traffic, because organic marketing, the issue with that is it only scales so far, because you can only get so many new people into your audience to nurture and to convert into a client. You can only get so many of those people until you're hitting the same people then every single day, and you've got no new people coming into the funnel. That's the issue. So then you need to incorporate a new top of funnel channel, not a new funnel, a new channel, which is then where you can start to look at potentially Facebook as a top of funnel lead source, or YouTube ads, or whatever it may be, right? So yeah, bit of a rant, not a rant, just a ramble more so. But I thought this was a good video. 3 things: offer, expression of offer, copy, and or maybe it's just copy, offer copy. Maybe that is the term that I'm looking for. Offer copy and funnel. That's it. And if you triple down into each one of those things, you'll easily be able to hit 100 to 200K a month, period. Probably even more than that, really, if you really triple down, if you 4X down into each of those things. That's it. And again, I'm very guilty of this, but a lot of the times people get shiny object syndrome. They want it to be something different. They want this new client acquisition channel. They want this new thing that they can implement into their coaching business. They want this new thing like this shiny new thing. And it just doesn't exist. And as I say, like, I am guilty of that, because I sometimes look for it. Even now, I'm like, oh fuck, like, is there a new way? Is there a new thing? And every time it comes back to those 3 things: offer, copy, and funnel, channel. That's it, every time. So I'll leave you on that while I'm on the swing. It's I highly recommend to do this as well if you're able to. If you ever need to go into some deep work, you need to do some writing. For me, maybe it's just me, but for me personally, for me personally, I find it very, very effective to rent an Airbnb and then come into the office and write. Come into the forest and write. So anyway, hopefully you found some use in this. I wasn't just talking for the sake of talking and rambling. And with that being said, like, subscribe as always, and I will see you in the next video.